Hasan Piker just had a full-on meltdown on a live debate. So Ethan Klein and Hasan Piker are two individuals who used to host a podcast together and are on different sides of the Israel-Palestine conflict. And Ethan Klein is Jewish. He is pro-Israel. And he debated Hasan and called him out for his anti-Israel, anti-Jewish rhetoric. And it gets pretty heated. Check out this clip where Ethan is calling out this idea that the Nakba was Israel's fault. And really, it was actually the Arab leaders that caused it.
Didn't leave because we were Zionists. We left because we were no longer safe.
Okay.
Explain to me.
I can't wait to bring up obviously on the broadcast to make you fucking look like a dumbass.
I can't wait to. And now explain what he means by that. We did not leave Iraq because we were Zionists. We left because we were no longer safe.
Iraqis are not Palestinian. You fucking moron. You racist piece of shit.
What?
Because Iraq and the pan-Arabic nationalist movements that arise out of
you are out of your mind.
Is not about Palestinians.
Okay, so what did the Jews in Iraq have to do with fucking Israel? You bigot.
Actually fucking
you are so out of your mind.
And then Iraqis,
dude, you screaming and grandstanding doesn't mean you're right.
Iraqi government's racism during the pan-Arabic nationalist movements as a vindication for why, or a comparison as to why Israel had to do the Nakba.
Do you think
you fucking racist piece of shit?
Thanks, Hassan.
Do you think Iraq? Do you think all Arabs?
Okay, so what Ethan is trying to say is that a lot of Jews were forced out of Arab countries, and what he's saying is that gives justification for Israel to commit the Nakba, meaning expelling Arabs from Israel. And Hassan is losing his mind. It's just so funny to watch.
Have one fucking mind?
Why
is that what you think?
Were the Iraqi Jews leaving Iraq in fear?
Of course there were Iraqi Jews that left Iraq in fear. I've never said that there were no
Answer
Iraqi
the question.
Jews that left
You want to
Iraq
call
in
me
fear.
racist? Why were Iraqi Jews leaving to go to Israel?
Because you're a fucking moron.
That's why they left. They left because I'm a fucking moron.
That Arabs are
Hassan,
not
you
one-minded.
coward.
That there
you
were numerous
coward.
pan-Arabic
Answer
nationalist
the question. You're going to call me racist, but you won't answer. Why did the Iraqi Jews leave Iraq?
There were numerous
because of
reasons.
anti-Semitism. They hated Jewish people that had nothing to do with Israel. They were forced to leave. They were chased out. They lived there for thousands of years. They had businesses. They had homes that they were forced to abandon to go to Israel because it was the only fucking place they could. Why would Iraqis hate the Jews living there if they had nothing to do with Zionism or Israel? Why?
Because settler colonialism
that has nothing to do with them, you absolute fucking dumbass.
Just for context, these are two of the biggest streamers, or one of the, some of the biggest streamers on the left, and they decided to part ways. They've been feuding for a long time, and it finally boiled over in this debate. And the funny part is Ethan Klein isn't really an expert on any of these things. He's just like a guy that, knows a little bit, and Hasan Piker is touted as like a major expert on this topic. All he talks about is, freeing Palestine and how Hamas are actually the good guys and Israel are the bad guys, and they're just they're the oppressors, and Hamas are the oppressed. So that was one clip among many that I'm going to show you here. So here's another clip of Hasan just completely losing it and embarrassing himself.
I think that
you got a Jewish content creator alongside multiple Arab content creators banned off the platform for 30 days.
There's a reason they call him token,
and then the
my
ADL
friend.
Actually reacted.
You spend time being a token, you're going to get spent.
But it was just silly. Fuck them.
You want to cash in on your Jewish friends anymore? Or can we move on?
Am I what?
Would you like to cash in on your Jewish friends more, or can we move on?
Cash in on my Jewish friends.
That's right. Do you know any Jewish people that aren't anti-Zionists?
Yes.
Who?
I'm not going to review. I don't want to. They're normies.
Okay.
I don't want to dox them.
You're lying. You're
surrounded.
I'm not. Yes,
I'm not lying.
You're absolutely lying.
Dog, I live in West Hollywood. Do you think I'm not around Zionist Jews? What are you talking about?
Do you pass Jews on the street? Yes. Are you friends with?
No, I'm friends. Yes.
Okay.
I am.
I don't believe
you. And they've treated me with much more dignity than you have, as a matter of fact.
Well, yeah, because they're not on the receiving end of an insane fucking harassment
I can have a more normal conversation with them than you, seemingly.
Right, so a lot of it's not about Israel, but here's another clip regarding the Hamas rape victims, where, Hassan Albi has been going on this thing that, there's no evidence. There's no evidence that Hamas went ahead and raped people on October 7th. Now, I'm of the opinion that that doesn't matter. Regardless, the reason why you're trying to downplay it is because you agree with the entire thing. But here is Ethan Klein fact-checking him on ear.
Several locations across the Gaza periphery, including in the form of rape, gang rape, during the October 7th, 2023 attack. Credible circumstantial information, which may be indicative of some forms of sexual violence, including genital mutilation, sexualized torture, cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment, was also gathered.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So I'm gonna walk you
Are
through
they
this
hallucinating?
real quick. No. So do you? No, you just don't know what words mean. So credible circumstantial evidence. Do you know what that means?
It means that there's, yeah, of course.
Credible circumstantial evidence is not a substitute for forensic evidence. Credible
That's why I said Pixar didn't happen, bro.
Not
You need
enough
rape
to
kits.
prosecute.
Hassan needs
Credible
rape kits.
circumstantial evidence is not enough.
Pixar didn't happen, right?
Prosecute rape, which is precisely the reason why the Israeli prosecutors themselves have said that in the absence of a singular victim coming out, and also with all of the forensic evidence that has been tarnished already.
Show me evidence for anything you're saying.
What?
It's not. Show me evidence for anything you're claiming that isn't some unhinged freak on Twitter.
So again, I really believe that this is a stupid argument. Whether or not that there were certain atrocities committed, that the beheaded babies, this happened, that didn't happen, and really it shows that the whole Israel is a lie. The whole October 7th is a lie. No. It happened. They live streamed it. And whether certain things didn't happen makes zero difference. Literally zero difference. The point is they committed terrible atrocities. And the idea that rape is so much worse than murder, I don't understand where that's coming from. Like, they literally mowed people down. They mowed people down. And so if you're okay with that, then you're a sicko. And so saying certain things happened, certain things didn't, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. It's obviously because you're trying to justify the entire thing. All right, here's a meme of him throughout the debate, just repeating Ethan's name. And like, it shows that you lose a debate, because if you have to be like, Ethan, don't say that, Ethan, like Joe, like a lot of times when people are debating and they'll like say like, oh, come on, man, This is like him saying, come on, man, like 100 times in this debate. Ethan.
Anti-Semite boy.
No, Ethan Klein. Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Ethan. Okay. All right. Ethan. Okay. Then Ethan.
What,
are you
Ethan?
claiming that
is this
you
what
don't
you
have
do whenever you're trying to avoid Ethan? Hassan, are you hallucinating?
Ethan.
Hassan?
Ethan. I don't
Hassan?
think I need Ethan.
Ganda, remember?
Ethan.
Hassan.
Ethan. Okay. Ethan. No, Ethan. This is so funny because it goes on for like another minute of him just saying his name over and over again to try to stop him from saying something. It's like, are you sure you want to say that? You sure you want, come on, man. Don't say that, Ethan. And then Ethan goes ahead and says it anyway. Here is one more clip of him actually debating something very disturbing. This Hasan Piker believes that Gaza is a genocide, and that the Gazans are equivalent to, that a Gazan boy is equivalent to Anne Frank. She could resist. Hold on. Anne Frank died before she could resist. But if she did, I would never hold that against her.
She was fucking killed in a concentration camp, you psychopath.
But if she
was exterminated with her whole fucking family. Her dad's the only one that survived and recovered her journal. Are you fucking mad?
What?
Do you think he's like Anne Frank?
Oh, of course. Absolutely. He has withstood genocide. He has withstood genocide by the Saudi government. Of course I do. I think that but my point that I was fucking presenting. Anne
Frank is famous for being a pacifist and seeing the good in people despite a fucking Holocaust that took every member of her family but her dad. That's why she's inspiring. This guy went on Twitter and said, fuck Jewish people.
Do you condemn the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising?
I'm going to play this video, okay? He says, ready for sacrifice. Maybe I read
sacrifice and eager for martyrdom. Maybe he's talking about football. Here he is singing a song with the words, do you threaten us with what we are waiting for, son of a Jew? Meaning of Houthi is a title, and it's not something to fear, but for the Jews. They are very afraid of this title.
Yeah, again, comparing somebody like that who would go ahead and say F the Jews or get the Jews or son of a Jew is obviously insane, comparing that person to Anne Frank and trying to claim that the Gazans have went through even a fraction of a percentage of what the Jews did in Nazi Germany is a distortion of reality. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. Thank you for watching and have a good one.